Hello and welcome to the Elite Chat brought to you by Chopin Online TV. My name is Nasif Shalagbe. Thanks a lot for joining us on the program today. As you all know, the Elite Chat is a show where we featured informed guests to talk about various issues. Joining me on the program today is the APC Kwara Central Senatorial candidate, Madam Saliu Mustapha. Thanks a lot for joining us on the program, sir.
Well, you're welcome, Nazif.
Okay,
it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's get started. How has been the journey since you emerged as your party's senatorial candidate?
Well, it has been a very interesting one, in the sense that I have come to firsthand know a lot of things, and I've educated myself more about the socio-political nature or culture of our people. And I've come across first-hand issues or problems of our people in my tour of the 52 wards. I've traversed the 52 wards of the Kwara Central, that's the emirate, or the 4 local government that makes up the senatorial district. So for me, it has been very rewarding, and I have really gained a lot out of it.
Okay, so moving away from that, in the last general election, you aspired to be the governor of Kwara State, but you were disqualified before the primary, although the party apologized. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was disqualified midway the primary election, not before the primaries. Okay. So I was already cleared, and I was part and parcel of those that were contesting that primary election midway around 12:30. That was when the announcement came that I have been disqualified, that I was not supposed to be part of those that contested for that primaries. Well, alhamdulillah, I took it in good faith. All I did was, maybe that was the will of Allah. And at the end of the day, I was one of those who stood firm and supported the decision of the party. And I did not regret it, because as a party man, I took it in the spirit of sportsmanship. Because a party, I was part and parcel of the formation. I felt it wasn't someone like me that should go against or destroy the opportunities or chances of the party. So I took it in good faith, and the party duly apologized. They even advertised it in the pages of the newspaper. They said it was an unauthorized communication. So, and that was even the more reason why I took it in good faith, because for a party to come out, write a letter of apology, publish it in the dailies, I felt that was good enough for me to accept and leave everything to God.
Okay, so moving away from that, let's talk about your plan for the people of Kwara Central. What will be your legislative agenda and special area of interest if you elected as a lawmaker?
Well, first and foremost, let me digress a little bit. Often at times when people pose these kind of questions, I try to explain to them, and I've done that with a couple of your colleagues, because I've seen some of my co-contestants or opponents who sometimes promise what they cannot do. First and foremost, a legislator is all about lawmaking. Now, if you have the executive, the legislator, and the local government as the third tier of government, the legislature's work is very clear. It's about lawmaking. But in the process, that does not stop you from helping to sponsor bills, help to make laws or policies that will improve and impact in the well-being of the people. But where people get it wrong is they want you to now say what is not in your purview. Sometimes, in the desperation of looking for votes, some of us will promise heaven and earth, forgetting that if you get into the National Assembly, be it in the Senate or in the House of Reps, if you are unfortunate to be in the minority party, that's one. Two, if you are not fortunate to chair a committee because your party is in minority. When I mean minority, I mean real minority. Then some of your personal promises or what you will have wished to do for your people might be hindered. So the most important thing is, first and foremost, winning your election and helping to promote or formulate laws that will help to impact in the means of livelihood of the people and the country at large. Then when you are able to get that right, then pray that your party is in majority, where you can lobby for a committee that suits your own personal agenda for your people and for the, or for your own, your own professional or your calling as a professional. For instance, now in Kwara here, we have a lot of mining sites, and a lot of people don't know the fastest way for a community to develop is through mining. I'm sure you'll be wondering, what do I mean when I say true mining? Every location that there's a mineral, when the miners come there, the first thing they do a survey. After the survey, when they set out to site, when they start their mining activity there, they will create infrastructure. Now, in creating that infrastructure, the community will benefit from it. They will create commerce for those who are going to be mining there, and the community in most cases is the one that will provide that buying and selling and all of that stuff. Yes. Now, thirdly, sometimes even in remote areas, because of the mining activities, then it creates a settlement. And when you create a settlement, you must now start thinking of making life affordable or life good for people there. You want to build schools, you want to build infrastructure, hospitals, roads, and everything. So mining is one of the fastest way of any community to have infrastructural and economic growth. So I just gave you this as an example, that if my priority is trying to create a conducive atmosphere for my people, there's already a means to it, but nobody is looking at that angle. Nobody is tapping from that advantage already embedded. So for me, my personal legislative agenda will be how to add value to my immediate community by making sure their means of livelihood is improved upon, and also creating means of employment, gainful employment, for those who are looking for job opportunities, those who are into commerce and trade, to make sure they have genuine accessibility to incentives, either through the federal government or through special purpose incentives that will help them as form of empowerment. And more importantly, I have seen the army of youths we have who every day is growing by the number and are doing nothing. This is one of the biggest danger to any society. We must think quickly and be able to provide a sustainable engagement for them, which for me, I think one of the fastest or one of the things I hope to achieve is making sure some of them have gone to school, they don't have employment, some are not even ready to go to school. Those that want to do vocational training, those that want to, in one form or the other, go into trade, we must encourage skill acquisition or vocational training so that they can have something doing, they can be engaged, and they can be employers of labor. By the time we do this, we have reduced the menace in the society, and then the society is able to have a vibrant economy around it, so that it's not everybody that depends on handout or waiting for somebody else to give them what they will feed with every day they wake up. So one of my legislative agenda will be creating an enabling environment that growth, economy, commerce can strive, and more importantly, to also look at how to make sure the security of lives and properties, because when that is not guaranteed, then all what we are saying cannot be achieved.
Yes. Okay, sir. We've been seeing your campaign train in all the 52 wards of Kwara Central. What feelings are you getting from the people?
Well, like I said, it has been very rewarding. I've seen genuine show of love from the people, and my prayer is, may God Almighty give me the means or the ability and capacity to make sure I reciprocate in any form or in any way that I can add value to the constituency at large.
Okay, so let's take a look at what happened in 2019, where your party defeated PDP across the 16 local governments of the state. Do you think your party still has the capacity to replicate the victory this time around?
Yes, 2019 was not just a fluke, and I can assure you, if we go for election today, APC stands the opportunity to repeat it again. If you look at what is on ground today, for the first time, you have a government that has brought governance to the people. APC has been able to simplify governance. It has been able to interact with the common people, and that is what governance is all about, so that you can feel the pulse. And then the most important thing is having empathy. We sometimes have leaders who are dejected, or they don't really see the reality of people they are governing, but which APC has been able to re-establish. Take for instance, for the first time, you have a government that is engaging the younger generation, giving them roles and responsibilities. The last time we heard of this is all the stories we hear that, oh, Gowon was head of state at age of so and so. Sardauna Shagari became minister. Nobody is even helping to mentor the younger ones. And you keep on hearing that the future belongs to you. And if you are not, if nobody is mentoring you, nobody is giving you the opportunity. How do you manage the future that they say is for you? So, one, APC is involved in the empowerment of the downtrodden, giving them incentives to help in their commerce, in their trade. APC is investing massively in infrastructure, in the road networks. How do you move in raw materials from the rural area to the city if there are no good infrastructure? If you go around now, you will see APC is helping to make sure electricity through supplying transformers to communities. Water has been a major problem, not just in Kwara Central, in the whole of Kwara. No, the previous governments, no government gave proper attention. APC came and they've been able to fix some of the water works. It's on record. Look at the basic education. Go around, you will see the massive investment, especially in the tertiary institutions. You will see it. It's what you can verify yourself. So with all this, you expect the people to reject APC? No. What they will do is they will appreciate APC by voting APC again massively. And that is why I tell people out there, there is no any other party apart from APC. It's APC and the others. So for APC to win again massively won't be a fluke. It will be an attestation that the people, the good people of Kwara, have benefited or they've seen dividends of democracy. So I am confident that APC will make it 100%.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so we have just a few minutes to round up on the show, but before we go, let's talk about your party at the national level. What do you know about your presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that you would like to share with the Nigerian voters?
Well, thank God Tinubu is not one hidden or one unknown individual. He is somebody that everybody in one form or the other has been able to attest to certain qualities of his. He's been a governor. Before then, he was a senator for a very short period of time. And one good thing about him is everybody gives him credit for that he's somebody who has been able to impact, build, instill leadership across board. He's been able to give people opportunity. He's been able to mentor a lot of people. He's a role model. And one of the case studies is Lagos. Yes, so many people have had their hands in what Lagos have become of today. But when you look at in the modern Lagos of today, by the time you look at it in percentage, Tinubu has contributed and he has been able to mentor the leadership and also been able to design Lagos to become what it is today. So that is a case study or a yardstick you can use to measure what you expect of him if given opportunity. And we hope and pray with the goodwill APC has that he will make it to the presidency.
Okay, so very shortly now, lastly, the election is just some days away. What's your message to your constituents, the people of Kwara and Nigerians at large?
Well, let me take this opportunity to once again appeal to the good people of Kwara Central to give me the opportunity to represent them in the National Assembly, as in the upper chambers, to be a senator. I pray that I will emerge victorious at the end of this election. And on my honor, I promise to give Kwara Central the representation or the representative it deserves there. God's willing, Kwara Central will live to remember a good and rewarding representation from Saliu Mustapha. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We've come to the end of the program. Don't forget to like, share our video across all our social media platforms. So we wish you all the very best in the coming election. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.